Boys, what's going on? All right, we're trying a little something different this week. Doing a little fantasy rundown here. Trade deadline got me fired up today. So we got Riley and Pat on the panel today. Here talking
boys?
Fantasy trade deadline. Anything
Rest of the season.
Sorry.
Rest of the season.
So, boys, what do you think about trade deadline today? Who made good moves?
I might have taken today off purposely just for the trade deadline, and I sat on my couch in my underwear from 9 to noon, TV off like a psychopath, and didn't make one move. Great. A great fucking trade deadline for Riley. Just didn't end up panning out. I tried to ship some players away. Running backs were hurt, so no one wanted them. All in all, pretty disappointed.
Pat, what do you got?
I think Shug made the move that's going to put him over the top. You know, running backs are not his thing. Jordan Matthews with Mark Sanchez is playing well. I think Darren Sproles, he's a touchdown hound, takes him from LaShawn. And
fuck him.
And, you know, Jonas Gray, look what he did last week. I was going to take him. Eric Poitras told me to let him fall down to number 11. And I'm like, why the fuck would I do that? I'm like, oh, sure, I got you. But, no, picked him up, dealt him. Monty Ball, hopefully he comes back. If not,
Wait, so let me get this straight. You made a trade with Shug that you think is going to put him over the top.
I think it's going to help him, but it's going to help me as well. So, you know, help both sides.
Wait, what place is Shug in currently?
I think he's sitting just outside the playoff.
He's an 8th. Woo.
Yeah. And he plays Poitras this week?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Good luck. Peyton Manning doesn't have any weapons except Demarius.
What's that matchup like? Actually, no, it doesn't matter because Eric's not going to make the playoffs. So.
And his team fucking blows.
Yeah, his team's bad.
I tried to get Jimmy Graham off Shug pretty heavily.
Oh, me too. I sent him like a couple deals with Julius.
He wouldn't budge.
Nothing.
Fucking idiot.
Nothing.
If we're being honest now, a couple weeks ago, I knew Andre Williams was going to be the backup, and I just completely played that off.
Yeah, what the fuck?
You guys all thought I was dumb, and I was just playing stupid cards, so you guys wouldn't, like, veto it. I needed a tight end, Greg Olsen. Happy day.
So besides that trade, G swiping in with shipping off Doug Baldwin, that's it, and getting Bishop Sankey and Steve Smith.
Like, literally, I swear to God, like, I haven't talked to Tyler all day. Probably haven't talked to him in, like, 3 or 4 days. And all of a sudden, at fucking 11:45, I get this little, like, SportsCenter noise on my phone. I'm like, I see Steve Smith. I'm like, okay, like, who's he going to want? Like, fucking all of my running backs for Steve Smith. Sure enough, Doug Baldwin for Sankey and Smith. Sankey looked so good on Monday night. Like, I was like, okay, like, who's hurt? Like, scrolling through it, like, fucking Andre. Like, okay, who's hurt? Nothing.
This is Tyler Sanchagrin's annual dumb fucking trade. He does this every year, and it's just frustrating to watch. G made out on it, and I actually do believe you this about, like, no collusion. In the past, I definitely know there has been. Probably some, like, backdoor weed dealing, but yeah.
If we're being serious, too, I 1,000% was looking at my phone during the 12:45 to 1 o'clock fiasco. I was just too afraid to make a move, so I listened to Ballestero and took some notes instead of pulled the trigger.
Pat was literally like, okay, like, I don't want anybody else to win, so I'm going to ship you over, like, Vincent Jackson and, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, he just fucking nothing for a half hour. Absolutely nothing.
I was playing Clash of Clans in class, and I'm like, oh, look, a text, a phone call, a shit.
I literally called you.
And then I was like, yeah, nope. So
with that, these are the rosters that we have pretty much for the rest of the year. Let's go to power rankings.
All right, so this is what I got. This for power rankings. Sean, even though Sean's team is like collapsing, still got him at number 1.
So thin.
I'm not too sure there. Like, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know if Tom Brady's gonna keep that up. Antonio Brown's on a nice little clip right now. Who knows what's gonna happen there? And then head to head, I got a million fucking people hurt. His team looks pretty good. He didn't make any moves though, so he's got like Trent Ershton as his number 1 back.
Yeah.
So
He was
pretty garbage there. Pretty
He
garbage.
was pretty stubborn with Gronk.
Yeah.
Wouldn't trade him.
Gronk's, yeah, dude, I don't know. Like, ever since dishing him, like, I always just like hope he gets hurt, but I don't see it happening.
I called that he was going to tear his ACL this past week, and I was wrong. Although I am saying DeMarco Murray, Thanksgiving Day, gone. He's done for the year. Book it.
Interruption City up, Pat. You can continue, G.
But yeah, so I got Fastlane number 2. What do you guys think? I mean, like, it's really a toss-up between me and him. I got more points scored, but my team is not looking very good right now.
My top 4. Don't care about you, Pat. I'm gonna talk. I got Sean number 1. I can't fucking believe this kid ended up with the best running back and best wide receiver. That it just
Pat,
fucking
what
pisses
round
me
did he
off.
take? Wait, he took DeMarco number 9, right? We looked at that.
DeMarco went number 9 after I took Drew Brees.
Brutal.
Well, fuck me, right?
That's actually hilarious. And then he's Sammy Watkins coming to his own, but he's pretty thin. He's not built for the playoffs.
No.
It's just true. 2, I unsurprisingly, or surprisingly, I guess I have G. If his wide receivers catch a touchdown, he's got the best running back tandems besides Ethan Wells with Foster and Lacey.
Yeah,
Foster's made of glass, but he's running like a motherfucker. Julius Thomas, he'll be healthy for the playoffs. Matt Ryan, I think he has cake playoff matchups. Yeah, New Orleans, Green Bay, Pittsburgh.
Garbage.
I got myself at number 3, mainly because fucking Josh Gordon's coming back. He is the number 1 fantasy wide receiver last year. So, guys, look out. 12 weeks a slave. If I get one, either Gio or Fred Jackson healthy, I'll see you week 16.
You who you want Manziel there, or you want Hoyer to continue?
I want Hoyer. He threw the ball
That's
50 times last week.
No, dude, it's ridiculous.
Need
50
Manziel.
times. Yeah, and then after that, fuck.
Ethan, I think I have
It's
Ethan.
got to go
Wells.
fast.
Yeah, I do. Ethan Well, like Le'Veon Bell and Matt Forte, like
Yeah.
you can't beat that.
Yeah. And Le'Veon Bell has a pretty nice playoff matchup, too. And then it's just a bunch of garbage in the middle of the league.
What do you got, Pat?
I think you guys are sociopathic. I think you guys are looking at the standings, not the actual teams. You're gonna call me dumb right here. I think Sam Jensen's got the team to beat right now.
Are you fucking dumb?
So you have him at number what?
I get Sam Jensen at number 1 right now.
I'm ending his season this week.
Yeah.
This week, I'm literally
It's done.
ending it. It's
Look at
over.
how many points he scored this week. Marshawn Lynch. You know they're gonna just lean on the run.
He's
because
hurt.
Wilson sucks. He's not hurt. Grow
He's
up.
banged up.
I'm telling you, Sam Jensen's going to make the playoffs. He's going to catch everybody. Yeah, the only way he doesn't make playoffs is if he makes a Sam Jensen move and just...
Or I beat him this week.
Or
Well,
he
he
keeps
only
Ryan
moved one
Fitzpatrick on his team, who's been the backup. Number 2, I got Ethan Evanko, like Shug. I think that kid's going to be in the championship. I think Sam's going to do something to piss it away.
He's got to make the playoffs first.
I know. I think that. Number 3, Ethan Wells, like you guys said. Just Le'Veon Bell, Matt Forte, tough combo to stop. Number 4, I mean, I got to go Sean with this. Like, you can't bash him because DeMarco, until he tears his ACL, is the best running back in the NFL. Antonio Brown, guy does it all, punt returns, kicking punters, catching touchdown passes. Literally, Tom Brady is going to fall back to earth by the time they play Green Bay. But I think right now you got to put him in top 4.
So coming from the kid in last place, you're saying that records don't matter, right?
I'd say put myself top 6 power ranking.
Yeah, of course.
I think I got one of the best teams in the league. Like I said, if I had John Shabbat's schedule, I'm 8-2 right now. So just think about that.
I think John's team's a little better than Shug's. I got John above Shug.
Yeah, me too.
If I had John's schedule, I'm 8-2. That means John sucks.
He's got more points than you.
Don't care. I have
Plain and simple.
I have 1,200 scored against me. Show me another team that has 1,200. You
It doesn't
can't.
matter. You have the least amount of points scored in the league. That
It
means
doesn't matter.
how
It's
does
called
that not matter? That's
strategy.
what it's all about.
Not get 40 points by one player scored on you a week. Because I play that game every goddamn week. Mike Evans.
Dan Creer is
John Lynch.
2 players away from having a really good team. He's legit Andrew Luck, Jamal Charles, Brandon Marshall, and then Chris Ivory has this easiest playoff schedule in the league, but
With Michael Vick,
he's
he's
not
not
going to make the
gonna win.
playoffs, so don't worry.
Yeah, is he in a playoff spot right now?
No, he's in the Sacco spot. He's 4-7.
Can we pick who?
He's at 11th.
No, okay, yeah, you're right.
I think going back to John's team, I think he's pretty solid. You know, like Kaepernick always gonna go off. Ellington is really, really good. Like I love Ellington. And then now that AP is not coming back, Jerick McKinnon's a huge trade for him. Like that worked out pretty well for him.
Yeah.
And then Demarius and Alshon at wide receiver, pretty solid team. Like they all have the chance to put zeros.
Who's he playing this week?
Me.
Yeah.
John's playing Pat. What's that?
This is a pride week for me. Standings mean nothing. It's just about pride. I won't lose to him.
Projected 30 more points than you, Pat.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm going to be all set. I haven't made my final roster changes yet.
Good luck, dude.
Good luck.
I'm alright.
Thanks for asking.
You need a tight end. You should have picked up Fleener off the fucking.
I tried to. I had him as one of my waiver claims, but I knew Eric was trying for Jonas Gray, so I put him in as number 1.
The 6-5 team I have most likely to choke and not miss the playoffs is Tyler Santragrin.
Yeah, his team's just not good.
You know, he's starting a banged up Calvin. He has to win this week. Ty does. Who's he playing? I forget. He's playing. Oh, he's playing Dan. That's good for him, I guess. But 123 to 133 projected. He's
I
starting.
played him the last week of the season too.
Yeah, his season's over. Sorry, Ty, not doing it. You're starting the Oakland tight end who's had a good couple games, but you can't.
Michael Rivera is a stud.
Okay, cool. Eric Decker, that's a good trade for dumping him off, but that's not happening. Sorry, Ty, but I don't think you're going to make the playoffs, buddy.
Yeah, I think he's done. I think he'll end up out and Suge will end up in.
Yeah, I think that too.
Looking at Riley's team right now, he's going to get pounded by Sam. You're favored by 33. McCoy's not going to score 19 points.
Just a quick 33 points.
Josh Gordon will not score 17.
Yeah, he will.
Gio Bernard's not even going to play. The Chargers are not going to put up. Hauscher's not going to put up 11 against Arizona, and Sam says Cam Newton starting. So you're not going to win this week. Sorry to tell you.
Okay, I
All right,
smell
what's your 1 through 7 for playoffs?
What, my 1 through 7?
Riley.
I got Sean keeping that number 1 spot just because he's got that game advantage. He's got to win one more. And then I have, I think between you and Fast, I think you probably win out. You have the easier matchup for the rest of the season. So you get the 2, Fast gets 3, I finish 4. Gets a little dicey in there. I think Ethan Wells, 5, Suge will finish 6th. Either of those 2 are interchangeable. And then sneaking in the last spot is going to be one of those. It's got to be one of those 4-7 teams. If I think Tyler's going to go 0-2, I think it's going to be probably. Yeah, I just got to look at points for real quick. Last spot it's going to be. Yeah, I think Sam has the most points.
How do you
there.
take
But
Sam?
Sam's going to lose.
Beat him
Sam's going to lose.
Sure.
I think it's going to be Dan. with his shitty team, and then you're gonna smoke him in the first round.
I'm really hoping Suge doesn't fall 7. I hope he doesn't squeeze in at 7 because I do.
Yeah.
If I think he's gonna finish 7th, I'm gonna start nobody the last week of the regular season. So I fall to 3. There's no way I'm trying to play him or Ethan was. I don't want to play either of those guys. So yeah, I got Sean holds off. Me 2. Fassel will end up 3, Riley 4, and then I think Johnny will keep 5, and then Suge, Ethan Wells. I think that's all I'll finish off. Pat?
Surprisingly, I think Fassy's taking the number 1 seed. He's playing Sean this week, and I think he's going to beat him. So I'm taking Fassy with the 1, Sean with the 2, Jeremy with the 3. I believe Sean is the tiebreaker over you, right?
What's points for? So yeah.
Okay, so I got Fassy 1, Sean 2, G 3. I think going Shug number 4. Johnny's not going to beat me this week. Shug's going to go 2-0. So I'll put Johnny with another win. I'll put him at 5. I got to go with Ethan at 6 and Sam Jensen at 7.
Do you have me not making the playoffs?
I have you not making the playoffs.
Wow.
Good job, City.
There's like
There's
so much that can happen. Like so say Sean beats Fassel, like Fassel could fall out too. Like
it's true.
if I go 0-2, like then like I might not make the playoffs.
Usually, like the points for differential is crazy. It's close. It's crazy close.
It's so
crazy close.
If you put a 60 spot up, like you're gonna fall so far.
Between the bottom, we'll get Pat out of there. So like between contenders, you have Dan Creer with 1,068, and then the most is Sean with just 200 more points. That's it.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Let's look at points against.
Well, you want
garbage.
You want to dice your team, Pat? Let's go after it here. Riley, what do you think? I'm gonna start with you.
Pat, buddy, I love you getting this shit kicked out of you this year. I love Pat Pike's fantasy chokes. I would honestly like. If this happened every year, I would die a decade earlier just for that trade-off. I get so much joy out of you just getting the shit kicked out of you every week with someone scoring 1 trillion points. This one player, Mike Evans, what the fuck? 40 points? Love it. Honestly, you do it in baseball when we played baseball. You do it every year in football. You choke jobbed against me in the ship last year. I love it. Honestly, it's great.
Pat, defend yourself.
All right. Honestly, like I said, I have John Shabbat's schedule. I'm 8-2. I'm in the driver's seat. I get the bye. I'd probably win the league. We look at my team at solid. Drew Brees, top 5 quarterback. Jay Cutler, top 10 quarterback on my bench. Alfred Morris, he's sick, but RG3's an idiot. Des Bryant, probably the best wide receiver in the game. Vinny Jacks, fuck me. Edelman, sick wide receiver, but I can't stand him. I really think I got top 3 best team in the league, but just so happens every team I play puts up a solid 150 spot against me, like Marshawn Lynch, Peyton Manning, Mike Evans, all 40-plus point performances. I just think I'm one of the best teams in the league, but there's just something about the MAC that it's not about
the MAC.
My favorite thing about Pat's teams is every year, like, a week before the draft, he's like, this is where my dynasty starts, guys. This is where it all starts. I take the next step right here. And every year, you fucking suck. It doesn't matter. Like, we were just looking at, like, his old
You're like
teams.
Peyton Manning.
He finished, like, 10 out of 12 every year for, like, 5 years straight. And every year, he always said, like, this is where I'm going to break the seal. Like, I'm going to break
just
out.
a cellar dweller.
Like,
our first year
How can you talk
ever
so
doing it. Finished with the 4th seed at 9-4, and I lost first round, and then lost in the losers bracket. Finished 8 out of 8. It's just unreal. Finished with the 4th best record, and still finished last.
You also have the least amount of points. Like, you can't say you have the 3rd best team or the top 3 team and score the least amount of points in the league. It just can't happen.
But that's debatable. I'm right around everyone else. It's just the fact that teams score 150.
You're not.
You're, like, not even close, Pat.
You're 30 points behind Dan, who's last.
Yeah, but if we look at John Shabbat, right? He's got, 60 points more than me. I'm 8-2 if I get his schedule. 60 points more, and I'm still 8-2.
Like, the number 1 team has 200 points more than you. Sean has 200 more points. That's 2 weeks worth of points.
I have over 200 points scored more against.
It doesn't matter, Pat. It's all your team's not producing points, so you're not going to win games. Like, that's bottom line.
Not in my control.
It's not in your control.
Honestly, it's gonna be a big month for you, November, December. You got your birthday, you turn 21, so that's good. So like, as much as your fantasy team sucks and you're gonna be in the Sacco and have to take the SATs, you get to have like copious amounts of sex, copious using quotes. Your braces come off, you turn 21. December is a big fucking month for you, and
Christmas.
And yeah, everyone gets Christmas.
That's true.
So I don't know. Keep your spirits up. Try not to kill yourself when you lose again this week. And with that, I think you're definitely going to the Sacco.
Yeah, I got you the Sacco too. Like, your team's just not good. So that's my Sacco pick. Who you got, Pat?
I think I'm going to finish 8th. I'm going 2-0 in my final 2 weeks.
So who's your Sacco pick?
My Sacco pick is Eric. Bar none. Like, I'd rather have braces for the rest of my life than the TT has right now, and the team has right now.
That's fucking funny.
So I'm taking Eric in the Sacco. Probably guarantee it.
Who's playing? So I have you losing because that's what I really want, and I think the stars are going to align and help me with that. Yeah. And you're going to be playing. I think you're going to be playing Sam Jensen.
The way we looked at the schedule, I think it's going to be you versus Eric. I don't think you're making the playoffs. You're going to get the 9 seed, and you're going to play Eric after you lose your first week to me in the playoffs, in the consolation, and you're going to play Eric for the Sacco.
No, we're not doing that. We're just doing the League 14 one now. So.
Are we? Oh, I thought we figured it was fun.
Yeah. All right, so enough about the last place team because it really doesn't matter if you're in last. Pat, who you got winning it all?
Shug. I'm jumping on the Shug bandwagon. I just think he's got the most complete team right now. Just everything, holes plugged everywhere.
Riley?
I have myself. Josh Gordon, I don't think you guys realize how fucking good this guy is. Last year he averaged 18 points a game. He's coming up. His schedule's like fucking Atlanta, Indy, Cincinnati, and Carolina. He's going to put up 20 every week. If I get one good fucking game in the playoffs from LaShawn McCoy and one healthy running back between Bernard and Jackson, I'm gonna win. I built my team for the playoffs, and it's time to produce.
I got myself as well, obviously. I've just overcome so much that there's no way that I'm not gonna win this league. Like taking AP, like all these injuries, everything. I'm going to win. Arian Foster, I'm so glad that he sat out last week. Rest that hammy a little bit more. Rest the groin a little bit more. Now that I got Steve Smith, too, like I think that's going to be huge, especially in our little, like, 50-50 PPR league. Like, he's going to get those touches. Even though, like, he hasn't got yards the past few weeks, like, he's still going to get his catches. He's still going to get his points. And then Eddie Lacy's just a beast. That guy is so good. He's, like, it doesn't matter. Aaron Rodgers is just going to drop it off to him all day long. Matt Ryan's got a cake schedule the rest of the way. Like, I'm going to win. Bottom line.
I think, yeah. I hope it comes down to me and you. We've never had that before.
Yeah, we'll see. Hold on one second.
So, next week's Thanksgiving. All right, G's got something in the microwave. So next week's Thanksgiving, last week the regular season. After this week, it's going to be pretty intense with all those 6 and 5 teams trying to make the playoffs. I'm pretty stoked to watch the Thanksgiving Day games at home with all the boys. We'll get to see some of those. And
all right, we're back.
I do got to say though, I think I got to sacrifice the football. Like I get good grades now. Having sex, you know.
You gotta bury a football, man.
I do, and it's still fucking loose. But you know,
you're gonna have to do it at home next week. Like you're gonna have to do something.
Yeah, I didn't get anything from the Mac, by the way, last weekend.
You should have. I told you to steal something.
Yeah, I didn't.
You need to, because we need to make a trophy.
I don't know what I'd get. I'll see what I can do, but I probably
anything.
I probably
literally anything. Like a T-shirt, and we'll just like shred it up.
I want a piece of it.
Grab a T-shirt when I leave in the morning.
You should.
Like stuff it in your pocket.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, so you guys got anything else here? Anything else to say on this first rundown, or what?
I just
Look at. Go ahead, Pat.
I just think I'm ready for Thanksgiving. Basically ready to put this football season behind me. Been a long, long year. So much heartbreak, week in and week out. Talk shit when I'm up 40. And collapse. Give up.
Fuck, I love
Make
it.
the video when I'm down by 20. Come back. He'll lose again. It's just, I'm ready to put it behind me. So much heartbreak.
You don't think you're gonna win Sacco or what?
Absolutely not. I don't even think I'm going to play for the Sacco. So,
All right, so boys, this is what we're gonna do. Each week we're gonna do one of these. We're gonna get some different people on here, like my dog.
Shay Olay.
And we're gonna get this going so you get some different opinions and things. But what we're also gonna do is we're just gonna pick out between the three of us. We're just gonna pick out somebody that we want to make a video, and you got to make a video by Thursday. Or wait, what do we decide? Thanksgiving.
So
Yeah,
by
I think
by
Thanksgiving.
so we'll do by the Thursday games since today's what the fuck day is it? Today is Thursday, right? No, today is
Yeah,
Wednesday. Okay, today's Wednesday. So we'll call out someone, and they have to make a video of them shotgunning and taking a shot, just because we encourage drinking and it's Thanksgiving. Do it before next Thursday, and then we'll have that person on for the next rundown. Phil.
So who you guys got? Who you picking?
John.
Yeah, Johnny Shabbat. Sorry, I'm
Johnny
going to
Shabbat.
be this week, and sorry you're going to make
He's-
this video.
John Shabbat. It's just he's gotta win this week.
Big time.
Big time week. Yeah. So he's sitting at
6 and
he's
5.
sitting at
6
6
and
and 5
Yeah.
with a lot of points scored. He has
Yes.
a fair amount of points scored. So
He
if
has
he
60
wins
points
this
more than
week,
me.
yeah, don't give a shit. So he wins this week.
He's
It'll
in.
be nice to
basically.
have. It'll be nice to have him on next week.
Yeah, we'll have him on. All right, boys. So Johnny, that's it for you. Yeah, it's kind of a little fun little thing we got going on here. So let's
Making it up as we go, Roger Goodell style.
Let's see. Let's see how this loads onto YouTube. I guess.
I fucking
Fat-
hope so too, dude.
Fat chance we just like huge chance we just had a conversation together.
Yeah,
That's it.
definitely.
It was fun.
I hope you all lose.
All right.
that week.
Old Port, come this week.
Yeah.
I'm not 21.